I am honored to have the legendary Dick Gregory on the line. Mr. Gregory, how are you today? Happy Friday.
I'm fantastic and getting better. Thank you. And to all your audience and listeners, and happy to your family. Hope you had a good holiday.
Oh, we had a fantastic holiday. How about you?
Yeah.
How do you stay young? You know, I mean, I got to ask that first. I mean, you know, are you on a specific diet, or, you know, you exercising every day, or?
I live next to the bank. You ain't seen no old money. I live next to, let me tell you something. Out of all the tornadoes and hurricanes, you ain't never heard them hitting a bank or a whorehouse. You never seen prostitutes crying. They said my panties is blowing all over, and you never see the guys at the bank say, I don't know where the money went to. No. Just stay right close to them, too.
That's my new key to success. I got to live right next to the bank.
Next to the bank.
So you're coming here on Sunday. It's going to be a fantastic conversation about, 9/11, 15 years later. Tell me a little bit about, that conversation and what, our listeners are, looking to hear on Sunday.
It's going to be comedy, but up front, it's the biggest fraud that ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we'll find out about it. Let me just take you back real easy.
Okay.
They say 9/11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what your birthday, what month you born.
I'm born January 5. I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn.
No, I didn't ask that. Just give me your birthday.
1/5. January 5.
January 5. Now, do you know we one of the few countries in the world that don't use a number for a month? It's October the 12th, November the 11th. December 25th, they gave us a number because 911 tells the brain to be scared. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You hear what I just said?
I hear what you just said.
If you went in the house and your mother, your wife, or your child was on the phone, who you talking to said 911, what happened to your face?
Right.
See? Now watch this here. Now look at this. They say a bunch of young punks who ain't never flew a plane before, right?
Right.
The mightiest nation in the world. Nobody would mess with us. There's not an army that would mess with us. But some little 19-year-old punks did that ain't never flew a plane. Have you ever played baseball?
Yes.
Well, let's say you the pitcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know to get that ball over the plate, how difficult that is? Mm. Do you know the World Trade Building when a plane is traveling 400 miles an hour, it looks like a toothpick?
Right.
You tell me each one of them hit it on every strike? No, you can't buy that. But you can. Okay?
Right.
That's what they tell us. And then now let me just show you something. September, the World Trade Building, right?
Mm-hmm.
That every day at 9 o'clock, it's about 40,000 to 45,000 people there. Now, the tourist people don't come in until after that. So around noon to 8 o'clock, it's about 130,000 people. Okay, that's tourists coming to shop and all that. But let's go back to 9 o'clock. There was, right around the corner is the fire station number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day they go to that building a minimum of 50 times, a maximum of 75 times. And the reason is because of the traffic and because of the insurance. If your fire alarm blew out, you can't go and replace it. The insurance company said, no, you have to call the firehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll bring it around. Well, right around the corner is Firehouse 7. Every day of the year, they come a minimum of 50 or maximum 75 times. Of course, they got to come there and screw it in. Then they send you the bill. Do you know on that day, September the 11th, that fire company around the side, we lost 143 firefighters. I'm not counting the ones injured, okay?
Right.
Do you know not one fireman from that station down there was killed or injured? Now, did somebody know something?
Right.
They ride around the corner,
right,
and all them fire trucks come in from all over the city, and not one of them got injured.
I saw in one of the interviews that you did that you were warned the night before to leave 9/11 on 9/10 that you were warned to, fly out?
I called my wife because she handles everything.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, you got me sleeping tonight because I come in to do a thing for a friend of mine for the election.
Mm.
So I had to be there on the 10th. The election was the 11th. So I asked her, I said, well, you got me sleeping tonight. She said, you're not. Your friend called from such and such a country and said, tell me don't spend the night in New York tonight.
Mm.
Mm.
So when she mentioned his name, I know he know what he talking about. So I ran down to the train station and got me a midnight train to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Mm.
Train got there at 4 o'clock, right? So I told my wife to call them and tell them we usually walk at 5 o'clock every morning, but I wasn't back. I wasn't coming back, so I said, so now we do it at 6 o'clock. And so we go out walking, a group of us, and I tripped and fell. And I said, damn, I haven't fell since I was a little boy. And right at my shin, there was a little cut, not bad. So after we finished walking, I came to the house and I went across to the store, drugstore, and got some gauze. I came back. My wife and my son had called me, and they said a plane just hit the World Trade. So I thought they was talking about one of them piper. Did you ever see the movie King Kong with the plane?
Right.
I thought that's what it was.
Right.
So then I walk outside and I come back in, and my son's on the phone, and I see this smoke. I said, Dad, another plane just hit the World Trade Building. I said, oh. So then I called my man in Paris, and he said, hey, man, yeah, you owe me one. That's all he said. Now watch this.
Uh-huh.
Watch this close now. The two buildings was hit, right?
Right.
At 5 o'clock that evening, what nobody talks about, Building 5 was hit at 5:27, and nobody said, now that building housed the CIA, the FBI, and cops up the line in the intelligence-wise in the New York police.
Uh-huh.
And nobody's explained how that building blew up at 5:20 in the evening. And so all of this is there, but with the news media, and see the news people who do the news, they don't own the media.
Right, they're just
They don't
reporting.
own the media. Oh, they're super rich people. Now, let me switch it and we'll come back. Donald Trump, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, the richest Republicans in America is the DuPonts, okay, the Mellons, the Rockefeller, the Ford family. If they didn't want him doing what he's doing, they'd kill him, just like they did President Kennedy, huh?
Right.
Okay? You haven't heard nobody mention their name. You almost think, look, if I'm in Detroit and I decide I'm going to live there and I'm going to get me a job hauling garbage, okay? In order to get hired, I got to bring in my last year's tax return, okay?
Right.
How come he don't have to bring in his and he's running for president?
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
You see how the fraud it is? Now, the other thing is this. We go back to the Pentagon, right?
Right.
Now, that plane came in 6 feet off the ground and hit the Pentagon doing 450 miles an hour. You can't have a plane doing 450 miles an hour 6 feet off the ground. When a plane take off or when it land, okay?
Right.
And so nobody's explained that. Now, in order for that to happen, it would have had to come through the Arlington Cemetery, right?
Right.
So I had a group of people, and I did a radio show, and I said, I want y'all to meet me at Arlington Cemetery at 11 o'clock this morning. Meet me at Joe Lewis's grave, huh? So we go. And then I said, now we're going to walk over here the path where the plane came through. Not one tree knocked down, not one lamppost knocked down. You hear what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, Mr. Gregory, this is what I got to ask. I mean, why do we continue to just believe, the media and the stories and not actually, get the information for ourselves? I mean, is it hidden or?
Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
I gotta go to. I gotta go. I have to take a real quick break. Can you hold on 1 second? I really hate to do this to you.
Yeah.
Can you hold on 1 second and then?
Take your time.
All right, cool. Hold on 1 second. We'll be right back with more Dick Gregory right after this.
Put your hands up now!
Do you have anything illegal on you?
Hands up. Get on the ground!
Recharged.
He's running. He's running. Sheriff's Department, stop!
What is that?
Re-energized.
Stop resisting! Crawl toward me. Tase him. Get ready.
Reloaded.
You looking for some fun?
Got him. Hey, there's no point crying now.
All new Cops Reloaded. Viewer discretion advised at 3 p.m. on WADL Detroit.
From the crazy, twisted, brilliant mind of Seth MacFarlane.
Who?
Creator of Family Guy and American Dad.
What else is on?
Comes the Cleveland Show 5 times a week.
To Cleveland!
And it's just what you'd expect.
Yes! This show delivers.
The Cleveland Show. Viewer discretion advised.
Weeknights at 12:30 a.m. on WADL Detroit. When you think of power, aggression, boldness, and in-your-face honesty, there's only one station that comes to mind. And that's 910 AM Superstation. We're the hottest station in town. Why? Because when it happens, we talk about it.
These dumbed-down Americans who talk about socialism. We don't even have democracy. We have oligarchy. So if you tell me you don't like socialism, then get back to the Social Security check. Get back your ADC. Get back your welfare. Stay off the freeways.
When there's corruption, we talk about it.
Do not take your racist views to another level where you think you're going to do harm or disrespect. Then I'm going to meet you head on. That's how I teach my children. And if more black people thought like that, these racists would just go away. The Bible says rebuke Satan.
Yeah, he'll flee you for a season.
910 AM Superstation has the best, the brightest, and the bravest voices in the urban community. Don't believe me? Just listen.
Democracy at its best is government all for and by the people. If you deny the right to vote, it's not all for and by you. If you reject voting, it's not all for nor is it by you. Vote for what? November 8th is a big election in our lives. We have the power to determine the winner or the loser. If you don't vote, you lose the right to complain. Vote for what? More scholarship for high school youth, for decent wages, and jobs and justice. Let nothing break your spirit. You keep hope alive. Register and vote today.
Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You give men the permission to treat you poorly.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period.
It doesn't matter what you tell me. What matters is when you by yourself, what you tell you.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, eventually things are going to change.
And obviously what you tell you gets you in a lot of trouble.
Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
At 12:30 on WADL Detroit.
We're back with Dick Gregory. Mr. Gregory, thank you so very much for holding. My question to you before we went to the break was how do we start to, not be so naive to...
You can't. Wait. Let me say this here. The one thing about all the horror that happened to the Jews in Germany, they knew they wasn't part of Germany. We think we part of this. They didn't have to go to war and fight for them Nazis, huh? They knew what Hitler was doing. They didn't know, but it didn't pretend. We don't know this.
Okay.
Now let me go back to your mind thought. The Bible said God made Adam. You read that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam said to God, "I am lonely," right?
Right.
And when God didn't say, "How can you be lonely when ain't nobody here but you? I made every roach, every gnat, every fly. I know I ain't made two of you, so tell me how you know lonely." That's how you do it, sister. It ain't them, it's all of us, including white folks, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is the game that they play. The game that they play. My mother told me when I was a little boy that Santa Claus was a white man and she was buying the toys. So I know what happened in my house. I can't say what happened in your house, but I know what happened in my house.
Right.
Okay? And so when you stop, hold your hand out, your right hand out. You see your 5 fingers?
I see my 5 fingers.
All right. Now, Jesus Christ was killed, and it took him 3 days to rise, right?
Right.
Now, count on your finger 3 days and tell me what day is he supposed to rise.
On a Monday.
Okay, you see how it is? See what the sister just asked me? We think it's them. Now, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all over the world. Easter is celebrated on Monday, except America. You know the only people celebrate Easter on Monday here? The White House Easter egg hunt is always Easter Monday. Okay?
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Now, how do Easter come one year in April, another year come in March? See? Now, let's go back to what the sister said. Huh? Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
1 year comes in April. No. Even if I let you slide the day around, I'm not going to let it slide a month around.
Right.
Because Easter is a Latin word. It means Esther. Esther means fertility. It's always the first Monday after the first new moon, after the first full moon, after the spring equinox. So why is Easter the symbol of a rabbit or a chicken? Because that represents fertility. There's nothing on this planet that has more litters than a rabbit. Okay?
Right.
And it's the only thing that's alive that's born with their eyes open. Now, the first Monday after the first new moon, after the first full moon. Next time there's a full moon, go out and look at it, and then come and go and look in the mirror at your eyes. You're looking at the full moon. When you open your eyes wide, you're looking at the full moon. And so this is what this is about. So they changed it. Okay? I'm not worried about what's wrong. You know what I'm worried about? How there are billions of black folks on this planet, but only a white boy can determine who's a saint, and that don't bother you. They just made, Mother Teresa a saint.
Right.
There's not one black person on this planet. I said to my wife, I'll be 85 this year, you 75. I said, oh, God, if I could just pray and ask the universal God just to let me and you have one more baby. She said, why? I said, I'd name it St. Gregory, and there'll be a black person that's a saint on this planet.
I love it.
See how it works?
I understand that. Let me ask you this question about the political process, because, you've been, a part of the civil rights, and, I got to ask about, what Puffy said in regards to, withholding the vote, and also his comments on, President Obama really not doing as much, or, African Americans being shortchanged, by President Obama. Should you, do you think moving forward, do you think that? Go ahead.
Let me answer Puffy, okay? Let me answer Puffy, okay? If you went to high school with Dick Gregory, when you tell people you went to high school with Dick Gregory?
Yes, sir.
Have you met anybody who said they went to college with Obama and he went to 4, Pepperdine, University of Chicago, Columbia, and Harvard? Have you met anyone said, I went to school? You ever had anybody write a book that I was in his chemistry class? Come on, y'all. Huh? Did you hear what I just said?
I heard you.
Huh? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear him say he's not sending his daughters to Harvard this year?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Huh? Did you know welfare mothers, once they get accepted, they'll find the money and send it to. He knows we fixing to be on the martial law. And for those of you out there who don't know this, you get on your computer or find somebody that have one that like you and will pull it up for you. It was pull up Executive Order 13603. Okay?
Okay.
Signed 2012. That's when he signed the executive order. So we've been under martial law for 2 years. So now we just have to have the thing to create it, to bring it in, and Obama still be president. There ain't gonna be no election this year. That's what Trump's trying to tell you. But he's so ignorant, we keep looking at that, and ignorant people can do some stuff. There's a man here, the richest Republicans in America is the Henry Ford family, the Rockefeller family, the Mellon. If he was doing something they didn't like, they'd put a bullet in his head just like they did Kennedy. Huh?
Right.
This is a game. So now we go back to talking about vote. I ran for president in 1968 as an independent write-in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some white folks put me on the ballot in Pennsylvania. I said, I don't want to be on the ballot. I just want to. So I'm on. Now, one day this week, those of you there at the show and those of you listening, punch up the Wall Street Journal, November the 7th, 1968. Now, the election was Tuesday, November the 4th. 3 days later, the Wall Street Journal, one of the fine papers in the world as far as white folk concerned. It ain't nothing but another old piece of, anyway. Now, the headlines. All your computers were shut down on election night because those folks that put me on the ballot, they didn't know what was playing. The computer is showing me getting 9 million votes in the state of Pennsylvania. Did you hear what I said?
Wow.
Now, when you pull up the wall, you got somebody that got a computer there now. They can do it. It said Dick Gregory. And then did you know that another paper ran that in America? Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
All the computers, that's what they fixing to do. That's how Trump keeps getting those points. Ain't nobody voting for him. And I don't know how we can be so stupid to believe he's talking to us. That last Wednesday, 2 weeks ago, I stood up and clapped when he finished talking. And I called my wife. I said, did you hear that speech he made? He was talking to white folks who's racist and don't want to admit they're racist. So if it look like he's talking to black folks, they can vote for him. That's what that's about.
Right.
How many people you heard of go to a doctor and they say, doctor, you find cancer? I don't want to know it. You look at all the black folks been killed in America just this year. If those was dogs, white women would be burning police stations down to the ground. Okay? So what make you think somebody like you? This is a game. You go to war, that Korean over there that shot your foot off, shot your foot off, can come over here and open up a store round the corner from you, but you can't open up one there.
Yeah, but Mr. Gregory, let me ask. So in regards to that, because and I was going to ask about Black Wall Street and and about the advancement and of African Americans. And I mean we've gotten the short end of the stick, right? But in regards to, I guess, moving forward as a people, is that possible? What is your thought process
it's not possible. It's not possible.
So African Americans will pretty much be in the same situation
that the white folks is in, who's fixing to be punished by the universal God. I'm not talking about the Baptist church or the Catholic church or the Muslim church. Are we really stupid enough to believe in Somalia 3 years ago? Them Africans don't have 5 rowboats, but they was pirating ships of the mightiest navies in the history of the planet. Y'all bought that? Huh? They ain't got 4 rowboats, sister. Huh? And they're going to tell us, you believe what all that hardware we got up in outer space, a plane can be missing, and they know where a bug is? They know where a fly is? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying now. Okay?
Okay.
We the only man in the world that referred to our black woman as a strong sister but call our car beautiful? Huh?
Right.
No place else. No place else. Call our car beautiful. Huh? And so when you stop and think about it, there's not another woman on this planet that go to a place called a beauty parlor. They call hair salons all over the world. So when people hear you going to a beauty parlor, they think you ugly or somebody to convince you that you ugly. That's what this is about. Okay? That's what this is about.
Mr. Gregory, yes. I mean, I could talk to you all day. I mean, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. You'll be at the Redford Theater. I truly appreciate you calling in today. I look forward to it on Sunday. It's going to be a very interesting conversation. I truly appreciate your time. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it.
Fun.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you much.
Dick Gregory on Sunday. It's going to be hosted by Mike Bonner. It's going to be at the Redford Theater. Tickets are $20. Make sure you get them. If I can, I'm going to grab these calls real quick. Let me grab these calls real quick. Let me go to Sylvia. She's been on hold for the longest. Sylvia, real quick, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Ask him about the Executive Order 13603. Obama already signed it, and that's why we're occupied military style in our communities. And you need to look up King Alfred Plan because it all connects the dots.
All right, cool. Thank you so very much. Tony, real quick.
I just love Dick Gregory. I've seen him a few times, and I just wish I could go see him Sunday. But, yeah.
Why are you not going?
Well, it's an issue with I have a disabled brother that I have to take care of.
Oh, okay.
I don't have anybody. I can't pay him to watch him, so it's just an issue with me doing it. But I saw the Cotton Picking Truth on DVD, and it was awesome. It's talking about modern-day slavery in America, and he was doing an expose. And I just wanted to tell him thank you for continuing to do the work and enlightening and informing us, because we really need the science and information that he's providing.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Tony. Thank you so very much for holding, too. I appreciate it. Let's do weather and traffic with Andre Ash. We come back, we'll talk to John Calabat about bankruptcy, credit, financial freedom, and everything. We'll be right back. It's The Pulse on 910 a.m. The Superstation.
You needed to tell me I put it straight in the